So I'm over here in the Playa de Muro and I thought I'd give you a very quick look at the resort in around mid-October. Now I am dicing with danger. As you can see, the sun is starting to dip ever so slightly. What does that mean? That means that the mosquitoes are going to come out, and I have to say I've had some of the worst mosquito bites I've had for quite a while. They got me in Puerto Poyensa the other day. They're all around the back of my neck here. I could feel them biting me as I was running back to the car. But for now, let's turn the camera around and let's see what the Playa de Muro is like today. So we're starting this video right outside the Playa Esperanza Hotel, and also something new, I think for this year actually. I can't remember ever seeing Canarita to my left hand side here, which is right by the parking area here, right outside the Esperanza Hotel. Let's have a quick look at the menu here. Now what do we have? This is a nice sheltered spot lying just behind the Playa de Muro. Got a nice selection of tapas dishes starting off from around €5.50. Just panning the camera down. Main courses are around 20-ish. It's not particularly inexpensive, but then again the Playa de Muro is not a cheap resort. Anyway, let's leave behind Canarita. Let's head on down to the beach. Let's go and see what that is like. I'm just coming up and past the showers here and down the walkway onto the beach. Now this is quite interesting because a little bit further along in Camp Picafor, the swimming flags that were flying yellow, indicating it's dangerous to swim. Over here we can see the green flags are out. And as we can see, look, people are still coming to the beach. It's gone 4:30 actually as I'm filming this now. I can't believe it. Now it does feel very fresh and breezy, but just a little bit, a tiny little bit more sheltered than over at Camp Picafor. And let's have a look at the Playa de Muro today. If I pan the camera around, I'm going to start looking around in the direction of Alcudia Port. Anyway, we're going to walk around and we're going to take a full loop around the resort. We're going to see how busy it is. We're going to see what you can expect if you're coming over here on holiday in October. So I hope the sound is coming through loud and clear on this mic. My goodness me, it is windy, But I'm very pleased to say that the day has cleared up quite nicely. If you go back and check out my videos filmed over in Sineu, we had quite a shower in the centre of the island today, and I think it has been raining over here. So we are seeing plenty of hardy souls over here on the Playa de Muro mid-October. I'm trying not to get my feet wet. Oh my goodness. It has been, as you know, quite stormy over on this side of the island. Although Camp Picafor lies at one end and Alcudia Beach lies at the other, when we do get stormy conditions over here, well, the width of the beach does reduce, and we can see that is quite noticeable. Look, we've just got one thin line of beach umbrellas over here. And one thing I have to say as well, at this time of year, if you're coming to the Playa de Muro in mid-October or any time in October, is that as the days do get shorter, well, the sun does start to go down a little bit earlier, and well, these beach umbrellas and sun umbrellas are plunged into the shade. This is far too cold for many locals now at this time of year, but you may well appreciate these lovely turquoise waters as they've been warmed up from the summer if you're over here on holiday. And it's hard to imagine as well, in just a couple of short weeks, well, these beaches will be looking very empty. But I have to say, in spite of the wind, it is still absolutely stunning over here. As I said in my previous videos, make sure you're travelling over with plenty of warm clothes. Don't just bring summer clothes at this time of year. You're going to need like a really nice cosy fleece to come down to the beach with. In October, you're going to need warm clothes on the evening too. And you're going to need to be very brave to go into this water, like these people are. They don't seem to mind though, they don't seem to mind. Anyway, it looks like we are getting into a little bit of sunshine here, and also where many people are actually huddled, it seems. I think we're fighting for the sunny spot over here in the Playa de Muro. Got to say, this is the first time I've actually felt cold on the beach. Look, to my left hand side I can see that they've got the volleyball nets up, and even more people down here. Now it is rather busy. I am really surprised. I'm guessing this is going to be the half-term break for many holiday makers. We do have lots of kids over here. Goodness me, check this out. Just coming down the back of the beach here, look, you can see how busy it is today. People down here catching the last rays of sun. It is now 5 o'clock, and with the amount of people we have in the sea today, well, the lifeguards can now go home. They are working autumn hours, which does, in my opinion, seem a little crazy. But anyway. So just taking a little bit of a further walk down here in the Playa de Muro, you can see it's equally busy up here as well. We do have a little bit more sunshine down this side. But you really can get an idea of what it's like today. And looking even further up, it's absolutely packed. Anyway, let's turn around, let's head on up onto the centre of the resort, and let's go and see what that's like today too. I'll tell you what, so far I don't think a single mosquito had any opportunity to land on the beach. It was so windy. Anyway, let's head on into the resort. So you can see some sides of the hotels over here on the Playa de Muro. Of course, most people come here for the beach. Most families are coming here for the beach. But at this time of year, well, as you've seen on the channel, we have had some slightly stormy weather, to say the least. Which means that if you're over here visiting at this time of year, you're going to want to get out and about and find other things to do. Just seen the 324 bus here on the main road. This is the bus you need. Either go and check out Camp Pickerfall. They've got a market on the Friday. They've got the markets over in Alcudia Old Town on a Tuesday and on a Sunday. You can get the buses over to Pollença Old Town. You can even get the bus over to Palma. Well, this really is very much a tourist hotspot, and in most recent years as well, it has become a cycling hotspot too. Because if you would have seen my video from over here in April, you'll know that they've got the Bike Point Cafe here, and there are a series of repair shops, all catering for cyclists. Got rental shops, repair shops all the way through this resort. It's very, very popular with the cycling holiday makers that we have over here. And just looking up to the sign here, look, we've got an almost €1 million investment on the Boulevard Playa de Muro, Phase A, taking place in, I think, probably the next 4 months. So this area is going to be undergoing some considerable investments and regeneration. Let's see what happens. And look, just talking of buses as well, look, we've also got the 315 bus from Camp Pickerfall to Alcudia, and we can see that one of the bus stops is just here. These bus stops run every few hundred metres. You don't need to worry about getting a bus over here in the Playa de Muro to get out and about around the resorts. So as we come down the front of the Iberostar Playa de Muro, let's just take a quick look at hopefully everything still being open down here in October. I'm just coming up by this huge spa supermarket selling basically everything you need for your holiday. We've got the usual clothes shops here, the souvenir shops. All of these are still open in October too. And we're coming up to the first of our bike shops as well. I'm wondering whether these will stay open in the winter for for the cycling tourism, because we do get cyclists over here during the winter months. And there are some good deals to be had here for bike rentals. Look at this, look, 60 euros a week for a city bike, an e-city bike, 150 euros a week, kids bikes, 30 euros a week. Really, really super prices, or you can just pay by the day. And I'm guessing any regeneration is going to be taking place from the area I've just come from right behind me, because, well, this whole area, this whole boulevard was regenerated a few years ago. It does look fantastic, but there's a lot of work still to be done in this resort. Look, bikes, bikes and more bikes. So we have restaurants here gearing up for service for the evening ahead. I can already see a few people in there dining already. It's rather either a late lunch or an early dinner. Just in front of the Boulevard Shopping Centre here, look, the cocktail bar looks rather nice. Now look, we're outside the Pico Pizza Pasta Sushi place. I don't think you're going to find very many locals in here. Playa de Muro Resort has, well, it's trying to make itself a little bit more upmarket over and above Alcudia. But then again, you know, that restaurant is empty. Does it work? Does something like that work? Now, what a shame. Anyone coming over here on a budget, look, the Wimpy, it's not Wimpy, it's the Willy restaurant. It looks like Wimpy. It's got almost the same branding. The best value eatery over here in the Playa de Muro. It looks like it's now closed for 2025. A little bit disappointing if you're still yet to come over here on holiday. And you can see that our walk today has brought us back towards the Can Pescador restaurant, little Mallorquin restaurant right at the end here. A lovely looking ice cream bar. A supermarket across the road. And look, right once again back in front of the Playa Esperanza Hotel. You just see the rain that we've had as well today. Look, this is where you're going to find those mozzies breeding. Bring protection, bring treatment if you are coming over here on holiday. Okay everyone, I hope this has given you a good idea about what to expect visiting the Playa de Muro at the end of the holiday season. In the meantime, you can find me on Facebook and on Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.